Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our round table. I'm here with the lovely ladies of Sunset Hospitality Group. We have just admired the sunrise. And with us today is Sofia Tkachenko, who is AURA Skypool's Guest Relations and Retail Manager. We have Azur Beach and Amos Marketing Executive Laura Lauria, Drift Marketing Manager Isabel Calandrini, Daylife Division Senior Marketing Manager Charlotte Bellot, and Iliana Orietta, who is Sunset Hospitality's Senior Marketing Director for the Daylife Division and Head of Marcom. Did I get that right? Yeah! So for our first question, I'd like to open the floor to all of you. I would like to do an ode to a recent cover feature that we did where we featured all of you, feminine voices in hospitality. So I wanted to know how each of you feel adding a feminine touch to hospitality is aiding in its progression. How are women continuing to raise the bar? So we'll start with you.
Thank you very much for the question. I would say that overall hospitality is about creating unforgettable experiences and also connecting on a deeper level with all the different guests. And what we as women are bringing on the table, I would say that is more than one feminine touch. Definitely more storytelling, empathy, I would say definitely, and an eye for detail.
I cannot argue with any of those. Charlotte, you'd like to add a little bit of your feminine touch to the hospitality sector?
Yes, so what I've noticed through my career, whether it was in London, in Hong Kong or here in Dubai, I've seen how a woman naturally focus on the detail that truly connect with people. And I think that now a place is not just about how it looks, but also how it makes you feel. And I think that feminine touch is about balancing the luxury with warmth, the creativity with precision, and ultimately to create experiences that makes people feel truly special.
Lasting impressions.
Yes.
What about you, Sofia?
I think for me, the biggest highlight is going to be the empathy. The empathy, whether it's towards the guest, when you have any sort of the situations, when you truly let them feel that you understand them, then any issue, any situation can be handled in a very easy way. And the same empathy applies to the staff. We all do mistakes, absolutely all do mistakes. But if we really being empathetic to the staff and understanding of life is happening, I think this is the most important for the ladies, and this is where the ladies actually a game changer, because nobody can feel better than us. Because we all do mistakes, but and the situations happens. But yeah, for me, it's empathy.
Balance, balancing with the empathy. Laura.
Yes, I think the interface between masculine and feminine strengths is a powerful dynamic. We are two sides of the same coin. So together we can create something better than just one side of the coin itself. And as we know, hospitality is about creating memorable experiences, is about being empathetic and having attention to details. And we as women, just being ourselves, I think we elevate these aspects. So by collaborating together, because there is no progress if there is no collaboration, we are not just redefining the landscape. I mean, we're not just complementing the landscape, but we are redefining it.
Lastly,
what can I say after all this?
no pressure at all.
Exactly, they said almost everything, to be honest. So the empathy, the attention to detail, all these little things that as women we have a bit more compared to our male colleagues. I think that makes the difference. How we put the emotion as well, that sometimes it's not a bad thing to have emotion in your career. I think it's extremely important. It humanizes you and you have a better understanding. Hospitality, it has to do with people anyway. So we are not robots, and I think these emotions and these feelings that we bring in our business environment, I think makes the difference, yeah.
Humanizing something, I think that sometimes there is a perception that luxury can tend to be a little bit of a
Stiff and-
robotic, but adding that human touch is something I think that is amplified in the feminine touch, for lack of putting a spotlight on just one gender. But yes, completely agree. Thank you, ladies. I am eager to know, tagging onto that, your notable achievements for 2024. We know that each one of you are a powerhouse in your own right, but I would love to hear a little bit more about what you got up to last year and what you're hoping for this year. We'll start with you.
Okay, so I'm not going to be specific on Sunset Hospitality Group brands. I would like to speak more about my team. Since I'm leading the Daylife Division for marketing, one of my main goals is to have definitely to have a balance of male and female, but I wanted to have women in my team, and I think I have achieved that, and this is a very good example of we work very nicely together, the communication is perfect. I love seeing them succeed. So if one thing I keep from last year that I'm bringing to 2025 is that team spirit and support between women. I like to have, from junior to more senior people in my team. I like to, brainstorm, discuss. For me, it's empowering for myself as well. I hope it is for them. So just to be the best leader I can while I'm succeeding at my personal business goals, this is the best and ultimate success for me.
Soaring while mentoring at the same time.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Laura!
Yes. So, as Iliana has said, I wouldn't just focus on one specific achievement. I would mention the fact that in 2024 I relocate to Dubai. And I started working for such a big group as Sunset, and specifically for Azure Beach and Amos, which I treat like my own venues. I totally feel like they're my own. And this for me was not only a career shift, but it was a way to challenge myself. And I see this in my personal and in my professional life as a way to grow and to learn. So, yes.
It's beautiful. Sofia?
I would like to speak about a specific one. Last year, I've been invited to be a speaker to the Seven Rooms conference. Seven Rooms is biggest in the world table management system, and I was honored to be a guest speaker there.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And to share my experience of working with this table system, because here at AURA, it's not really typical venue, and it's not a typical reservation process we have, yet we managed to adopt the Seven Rooms restaurant table management system into it. And few of them to this, they heard my suggestion, and a couple of days ago they implemented and rolled out a new feature of duration of the access rule. It's very specific, but I was able to influence such a big...
You made an impact, huh?
I can't believe it that me did the change to the biggest Seven Rooms, the biggest table management system.
Well done.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
My turn. So
Yes, it is.
So yes, 2024 for me has been a huge year. So I started in January with a promotion. So I went from being the marketing manager of AURA Skypool to be a senior marketing manager for the Daylife Division. Initially when I started I had 4 venues, but at the end of the year I had 6. One of my biggest projects this year was the opening of Paoli Dubai, which was a massive opening. In the middle of all of that, I also had my second child in August. So yeah, I will say that balancing a growing career with a growing family, this has been my biggest achievement of 2024 and has been extremely intense, but very rewarding as well.
Thank you. It's almost like you grew your professional family and grew your personal family.
At the same time.
Have lots of babies.
Exactly. Exactly.
Lastly, what was in store for you in 2024 and 2025?
I would say that overall 2024 was a very challenging but rewarding year. I became the marketing manager at Drift, and as Laura was saying, I treat Drift as my baby as well, my brand. And what we did last year with the team was that we reopened the venue after 3 months or more of renovations. And we positioned the brand as 3 venues in one. So not just the pool and beach area, but also Drift Restaurant and Drift Sea Lounge. So it was the first time that we launched also the night spot in Drift, which indeed is called Drift Sea Lounge. And with that, we also did a brand takeover for the first time with Missoni, the Italian well-known fashion brand. And me being Italian and working with them was I would say, a big plus to bring all of this to life. And we saw how it was a big impact by creating this special collaboration all together.
That's beautiful. I love that you could add a homegrown element to this. I mean, it probably just amplifies the sentimentality of a project like that. So I would like to, Sofia, you were mentioning that your voice, your innovation and your ideas actually manifested in something. So this is actually my next question. During our feature, many of the ladies here spoke about having a voice, having a sense of empowerment within the Sunset Hospitality Group. So I would like to know, I mean, Sofia's given us a beautiful story, but when you first realized that having this voice contributed and propelled your career forward in the hospitality space, I will open the floor to anyone who is comfortable to share, whether they have something that they'd like to add to this.
Who wants to start? Okay, I will start. So how my voice? Okay, so I think we are all so caught up every day with how busy we are with the daily tasks. So I don't think any of us has really the time to say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is my plan. This is what I'm gonna. It's like a
changes
snowball.
every day.
Exactly. So I think, at least for me, once a year I have my sit down with our CEO, Antonio Gonzalez, where, you know, we have it more as an informal chat, like how the year went, and it's my opportunity to, where I feel really, you know, comfortable. It's my opportunity to share and discuss, you know, concerns, dreams, aspirations, you know, my plans. And I think through those discussions with him, I realize, and I'm like, okay, yes, in a way he's mentoring me as well, he's directing me or he's advising me. And I think that puts more of a clear plan for the next year. So I think through these discussions, I find not my voice, but, you know, I evolve and I find every year a new purpose maybe for my career. That's what I would say.
Sometimes saying things out loud and having a
Exactly.
soundboard manifested in your own head to
Yeah.
make it a little bit more doable.
Yeah.
So it's a way of ordering
And
your
you don't,
thoughts in a
when you
way.
don't have all this pressure, like I need to do this year, it puts, I think, a lot of pressure. So the more you relax and you say, okay, this is where I want to go, I will try to go there through this and this and this way. I think when you relax, it comes more natural as well.
It's not always the big things. Sometimes it's the little things.
Exactly.
And I think that's part of this whole feminine situation.
Yeah.
You know, whatever roles
Manage
you
to
play.
control,
Yeah. You don't know what you have until it's gone, and then people ask, how on earth did we function? But, you know, it's the little things as well as the big things. Thank you. Does anyone else have a story they'd like to share?
Let me go next.
Please, thank you. Sophia has all the stories.
Here in AURA opened a little bit more than 3 years ago. And when it opened, it was not nothing what it is nowadays. And all of the changes we've been doing together, we were sitting around the table and we were brainstorming what to do next.
Yes.
And all of the achievements and all of the activations and all of the experiences which are happening nowadays, it was Charlotte's idea, it was my idea, it was Iliana's idea, it was us. And we never, it wasn't that we always, okay, somebody have an idea, let us run it by approvals, so many approvals, like it always happening, and then somewhere it gets a jinx on the time, on some stage, and then it's not happening.
And you just give up.
Yes, in AURA we never had this. I mean, okay, sometimes some ideas just no go, but most of them we were able to make it happen. And AURA nowadays, what it is, just because of all of us. And It doesn't matter what was your position. It doesn't matter how long you've been working for the company. If you had a great idea, it was implemented the next day. And I think this is the most important thing here. Yeah.
Takes all sorts.
I would go next.
Yes, please.
I have a good example. So I work with all of these beautiful ladies, and I have a passion for art. And I always wanted to try to add art into Drift, to my venue in this case. And I've been very lucky for having the team and also my general manager, Scott, believing in the project. And the project is about bringing art and creating a journey with gastronomy in our Drift restaurant. And it's so beautiful to see how just by me going to different art exhibitions and meeting different artists, I've been then able, thanks to all the support, to bring this artist, let's say, that I met inside the venue to create this multisensory experience, combining art and cuisine together.
That is beautiful, because it all is an art in itself. I think art is such a subjective thing, but I mean, even if it's just one guest that resonates with that, creates that memorable experience, it just keeps that successful cycle going. Laura, I can see you are itching to tell us.
I wanted to speak already when Iliana has mentioned about having important conversations. It's either for me having conversations with my colleagues or my managers. I always find it motivating and inspiring, because through these conversations I always have a chance to reflect on myself, on my strengths, but also to find my blind spots and to own my own growth. So for me personally, I never had a specific moment where I found my voice, but it's an ongoing process and it never stops. So through these conversations that I have, which are very inspiring, I always find a chance to learn something and to own the fact that I don't know everything, but if I don't know it now, I will find it about it later. So yes, it's just an ongoing process.
That's such an important part of growing, is acknowledging that you have things you need to learn.
Yeah.
Staying curious. And I think especially in the hospitality game that it evolves almost every single day, it seems. Every single venue that pops up is, you know, outdoing the next one. You have to stay curious and you have to stay creative and fluid. Otherwise, you'll sink.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing those touching stories. I think that this is a testament to the hospitality industry, the feminine touch, all the things that we've spoken about, but also just creating a sense of inspiration for the future and where women fit into the greater scheme of things. And this kind of relates to the next question that I have. For the women that are the future of this incredible industry that you work in, what are some of the things that you wish you knew when you were fresh, and that someone else had perhaps told you, not necessarily to make life easier, because as you've mentioned, having those challenges are sometimes a necessary stepping stone, but just something that you think is important for people to know?
So yes, so I would say for me, I didn't realize back then how much resilience this industry demands. And I would say that patience is important, but in order to grow in this industry, you really need to think fast, be adaptable, and stand your ground. So I would say my advice will be speak up before you're ready, take on a challenge that scares you, and don't shrink yourself to fit somewhere you don't belong.
It's powerful stuff that I will have to write down later. Thank you. I'm saying thank you. All right.
I would go next,
Please,
if
thank
possible.
you.
I would say that I wish I could know earlier that is a very fast-paced industry, very fast-paced and very competitive, as you were mentioning earlier. And the three advices I would give is, first of all, be flexible. No matter what, you will have changes. I'm the marketing manager at Drift, and my office is actually inside Drift. So I work very closely with the operations team. And yes, there will be always maybe small changes last minute. So you just need to be flexible and open-minded to do them as soon as possible. Second, I would say build your network. This doesn't mean just inside the hospitality industry, but also go out to meet people, go to events, because at the end of the day, those people, they can become your guests as well. And then last but not least, I would say have a balance. It's very important to balance your work, yes, but also your personal life. And what I'm doing now is I'm gonna train for a triathlon. So that is a big challenge. And I'm scheduling my day as my work day in the best way possible to have all these different pillars that at the end are a part of myself.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Yeah.
Yes, Sophia.
I think I really wish I knew back then when I was 17 years old. I was next to the university, which I studied later at. I called my mom and I say, Mom, what was that? Marketing or management? Don't judge me, but I didn't know the difference. I remember it was starting with them. I wish I knew back then I was not choosing my studies. I was not choosing my job only. If I only knew that I was choosing my lifestyle, because this work to me, it's not work. If you will ask me how I'm balancing work and life, I'm not balancing work and life because my life is work. I wish I knew back then. Yeah.
It's balancing you.
I will reconnect to what Isabel has said, which is to build a strong network, especially in a city like Dubai. It's very easy to network, to do networking, but in order to do this, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to speak to people, and you never know where these conversations can lead you. They can, you can speak to someone and say you never want to speak to this kind of people. Or you can meet the right people, and this can lead you to open unexpected doors. This can lead you to important work projects or important collaborations. And also another piece of advice that I would keep remind myself, and I will give to whoever is entering the hospitality world, is to remember that each one of us is part of the same business when we work together. So either I work in marketing or someone else is working in human resources. We're all working for the same goal, which is the business success. And lastly, another advice that I will give is to always stay updated on the trends, because especially in Dubai, the hospitality market is evolving all the time. So it is very important to be updated on the trends and to develop versatile skills and to always assert yourself.
Thank you, Laura. I completely agree. You never know who you're going to meet. And there's a saying that I think I live by, never make an enemy by accident. Iliana, would you like to add to that?
Okay. When I started many years ago, I'm with Sunset Hospitality Group for 8 years now. So what I've learned is that really you have to speak up. You should not be afraid of the others. You know, it's a male-dominant industry, we like it or not, but lately more and more women have leadership roles. So it's important to have a voice, not to be scared, express your opinion, have your facts. Knowledge is power, so nobody can, you know, put you on the side if you know your facts, you know your job, you know your field. You need to speak up. And another thing is that we tend to believe that having emotion as women is a weakness. It's not a weakness. In the opposite, I think it's a superpower. So if somebody now starts in this industry, I would say be true to yourself, speak up, you know, have your opinion, and go for it. Don't be shy, don't be scared because of somebody else, because of someone, you know. Have a vision, have a voice, and know who you are, know your thing, and go for it. Don't be afraid. That's it.
Yeah. Fearless.
Yeah.
So we have touched on it, but sometimes it does seem as though these venues are just surpassing the next. And we've spoken as well about the important role that femininity and females play in the hospitality game, but equally how fast the sector is moving. It's a good thing. We've seen more female representation, and that's happening faster and faster because of this evolution. But at the same time, it presents a challenge on how to stay creative, how to stay on top of these trends. So what is your take on the future of this luxury hospitality in Dubai and how women fit into the greater scheme of things in that vision?
If I could answer first, as you
I think
said,
you can answer for everybody.
yes. No, but as you said, and that made me think, Dubai is such a fast pace, has the hospitality industry is so fast paced, right? So we have so many new restaurants, so many new concepts, so many new venues, and it feels that we run after everything. There is always more.
The goalposts just seem to shift every other day.
And it's interesting because we had that chat recently at Sunset, and we said, okay, we have in our portfolio hotels, restaurants, beach clubs, nightclubs, lounges, gyms, spas, whatever you wanna. And we said, there is more. There is more. We should start thinking outside the box. And since we always create experiences to bring people together, we're like, okay, what could we do next? Where can we bring our know-how in hospitality? And then we started desert and the sea, and we started having all these new ideas about new concepts that we could create. So yes, Dubai is this fast-paced hospitality industry, but still there is so much more. And I think the creativity that we have, we threw so many ideas. Now we are all have our wheels turning, you know, like when we're gonna do it. So yeah, I think the future is like endless.
Not so scary.
Yeah.
And there's always space.
Exactly, plenty.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to add to the future of luxury hospitality? I think Iliana
spoke for us all.
That's an awesome answer. Okay. All right. So I would like to now ask humbly for one life hack on how on earth you manage these long hours, weekend work, demanding guests and spaces and this fast-paced industry that you find yourselves in. How on earth do you stay sane with work and personal life? I know Sofia said that it balances her, not the other way around. I find that incredibly admirable. Just one quick life hack from each of you. Yeah.
Okay, I think I can start.
Sure.
So I will say, like, of course, it's about, you know, organizing ourselves. That's one thing. For me, in particular, is about having, you know, a very strong support. So, of course, my husband with two child, he's very supportive. We have an amazing nanny as well. Like, I would not be able to do the work that I do today without her. And also, there's something also that I always say to myself is that I have time. I've tried to not say to myself, I don't have time to do that. So yes, I have time. I need to take the time. I need to reorganize myself to be able to, you know, take care of myself, take care of my kids, and to perform at my job, basically. So yeah, take the time.
Let me go then. As I said, it's not work and life balance. We are working all the time. The WhatsApp's conversation never stops. But what I do to keep myself sane, I have that 1 hour of me time. No matter what's happening, I put my phone down and I just relax. Sometimes it's more than 1 hour, sometimes it's less than 1 hour. There is no real frequency to it. But in order to maintain the same level of hard work you do, hard work you put every day, we work 24 hours, right? 25 hours, 8 days a week, right? But I think it's important to have a little bit of that time when you really, give me a second. That's
Your
my
non-negotiable
Yeah.
T's and C's. Absolutely.
I would go next.
Yes, please.
So I have one act that is having 2 calendars. So I have one calendar for work, for all my appointments, meetings, And the second one is for my life. So how I divided it, my personal life, is in the morning I do sports, so that every day I have a different sport I need to do. And then in the evening is a social life, so either going to event or with my friends. And it's important to stay on top of both calendars all the time.
That's very healthy.
I like the hug.
For me, is to be passionate about what you're doing, because when you like what you're doing, work doesn't drain you, it fuels you. And this is what keeps me sharp at work and vibrant outside of work. I think nowadays we're lucky because we can choose our career path. We can choose to do something that we really love. And this creates naturally a synergy between your personal life and your professional life. But then to live in a city like Dubai, of course, you have to have discipline. This is a city where you're always connected, you're always on the move. So it's very important to develop some time management skills, to be organized, but also to set firm boundaries and to make your self-care not negotiable. Either it's 1 hour, either it's to organize your agenda, but yes.
Completely agree. I'm learning a lot. Liana, do you want to?
I think what Laura said about self-care, it's extremely important, and balance. Now, how you balance, it's for each one of us a different way, I guess. Either we have a family or we don't have a family, still we need our personal time to disconnect, to recharge, and always taking a step back gives you a bit of space and time to realize, okay, let me take a deep breath so I can go again, you know? If you don't try to find this time for yourself, either to do nothing and watch the wall, either to go for a ride with your bike, meditate, exercise, paint, dance, whatever it is, you need that in order to be able to survive in the hospitality industry. You need to find the time, and if you don't do it yourself, nobody will tell you, take a day, you need it. Nobody will say that. So it needs a bit of time management and really understand that you need the time to recharge in order to perform again next week, next day, onwards.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, surely if you don't find time to refuel, then you're not the best version of yourself.
You're going to burn out
Work
at the end.
piles up. Exactly. So I thank you in advance for that, and all the women watching, I'm sure, will thank you as well. Those are some solid life hacks, I think, going forward. And also just a reminder as well to yourselves, if ever there's been a little bit of a hectic week, you know, we can watch this again and So I think that there is no better way to start the day than having a conversation like this. We're talking about women in the hospitality space, we're talking about a feminine touch, and we're talking about how the future of this industry is propelling women forward, and it's about balance. It has been enlightening, and I thank you, each and every one of you, for the advice. I think that women going forward, women in the industry right now, women who have been in the industry for 30, 40 years plus, are all going to learn something from this conversation. So from me, Nika Richards, the editor for Caterer Middle East, happy belated International Women's Day, and thank you for watching.